Okay, so you're ready to hang some wallpaper. But have you ever stopped to think about why a seemingly simple project can go so wrong? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the pro method for calculating exactly what you need. That way, you get it right the first time, every time. Let's start with the big question. Why is wallpaper so much less forgiving than paint? I mean, with paint, if you run out, it's just an inconvenience, right? You pop back to the store, grab another can, no big deal. But with wallpaper, running short can be a complete and utter disaster, and I'm going to show you exactly why.
And it all comes down to these two little words: die lot. You see, every single roll of wallpaper is printed in a specific batch, and each batch gets its own unique code. Now, if you run out of paper and have to buy another roll, odds are it's going to be from a different die lot. The color shift might be super subtle, almost invisible in the store. But trust me, once you get that new roll up on the wall next to the original, it will be the only thing you can see. That's why getting this calculation right from the very beginning is absolutely crucial.
So how do you avoid falling into that trap? Well, it all starts with a really simple shift in how you think about the project. The pros know that wallpapering isn't really about decoration. It's actually about geometry.
This right here, this is the single biggest mistake most people make. They think in terms of total area, just like you would for painting. You know, how many square meters do I have? But a pro thinks in vertical strips. The only question they're asking is, how many full-length pieces of paper do I need to cut to cover this wall? That one little change in perspective, well, it's the secret to everything.
And that vertical strip, it has a professional name. It's called a drop. So from now on, let's forget about square meters. We're only thinking about how many drops we can get from a single roll of wallpaper. But of course, there's one more variable that complicates things just a little bit.
And that brings us to what I like to call the silent killer of DIY projects, the pattern repeat. This little detail is, without a doubt, the single biggest source of waste and miscalculation for beginners.
And here's why it is so critical. If you ignore the pattern repeat, your beautiful, expensive design is going to look like a jumbled, chaotic mess on the wall. Nothing will line up correctly from one strip to the next. It's a total nightmare.
And really, there are three types you're going to run into. The first one is free match. This is the easiest one. Think simple textures or maybe vertical stripes. There's no pattern to line up, so there's basically no waste. Easy. Then you have a straight match. This is where the pattern lines up horizontally right across the seams. This creates a little bit of waste. But the big one, the one you really have to watch out for, is the offset match. This is where the pattern aligns diagonally, which forces you to waste a pretty significant amount of paper on every single drop just to get it to line up perfectly.
Okay, so the natural next question is, where do you find this vital piece of information? Thankfully, they don't make it a secret.
It's printed right there on the label of every single roll. You'll see a number, something like 53 centimeters or 64 centimeters, and right next to it, the type of match, straight or offset. That number tells you exactly how much vertical distance there is before the pattern starts over again, and that is the key to figuring out how much paper you're going to end up wasting.
All right, now that we've got the basics down, let's talk about two absolutely critical rules that the pros live by to avoid those common DIY disasters.
This is rule number one, and I know it feels completely counterintuitive, but it is so important. You might think you're being clever and saving paper by subtracting the area of your windows and doors, but what you're actually doing is setting yourself up for failure.
And here's the reason why. A wallpaper pattern has to flow continuously across the entire wall. You just can't stop the pattern at one side of a window and then hope to restart it perfectly on the other side. It just doesn't work. The pro method is to hang a full, uninterrupted drop right over the opening, smooth it all down, and then carefully cut out the window or the door frame. Yeah, it feels wasteful in the moment, but it's the only way to maintain a perfect, seamless pattern mat.
Okay, the second pro rule is to always plan for imperfection. Because let's be real, things happen. A little slip of the knife, maybe a wall isn't perfectly straight. You need a safety net. And in the business, this is called the waste factor.
And the industry standard for that safety net is 10%. Always add 10%.
Now that extra 10% isn't just for fun. It gives you enough extra paper to trim along ceilings and floors that are never perfectly level. It covers you for any accidental cuts or tears that might happen. And, this is the most important part, it almost always leaves you with a spare roll from the exact same die lot for any future repairs. And having that on hand down the road, that's priceless.
So you've got to think about drops and pattern repeats and waste factors. How do you manage all of this complexity without getting a massive headache? Well, there's a much smarter solution.
A really common reaction when people use an online wallpaper calculator for the first time is that the result seems kind of high. You might look at the number and think, whoa, do I really need that many rolls? And the answer is almost always a resounding yes.
Here's the logic behind it. First, you can only buy whole rolls of wallpaper. You can't go to the store and ask for 5.1 rolls. If the calculation says you need that much, you have to buy 6. End of story. And second, a good calculator does all the hard math for you, figuring out the real amount of waste from your specific pattern repeat. With a large offset match, you could literally be throwing away half a meter of paper from every single drop just to get the pattern to line up. A good calculator knows that, and it accounts for it so you don't come up short.
Look, at the end of the day, all these professional considerations, the stuff we've been talking about, are already built right into simple online tools. So instead of wrestling with all that geometry yourself, you can just let a calculator handle it for you instantly and accurately.
It really is the smartest and simplest way to guarantee you buy the right amount of wallpaper. And to make it super easy for you, we've put a link to a fantastic free-to-use calculator right there in the description below. You can measure your room, plug in the numbers, and get a result you can trust in just a few seconds.
So by thinking in drops, respecting that pattern repeat, and just using the right tool for the job, you can tackle any wallpaper project with total confidence. Your perfect room? Well, it really is just one simple calculation away.